The Distinguished Service Award is the highest honor that Farm Bureau bestows upon an individual. We reserve this honor for someone who has truly made a difference in the lives of Mississippi farmers. Bobby Moody and his wife Ann started Moody Farms in 1973, and he continues to operate it today. Bobby, his brother, and his dad were a very close-knit group. This family heirloom clock was restored by his dad and still sits on the mantel in Bobby's den. His father was also a charter member of the 2 Bale per Acre Club in 1957. Bobby is a fifth-generation farmer whose working land that's been in his family for many years, and he strives to use conservation methods to leave the land better than he found it.
Our main commodities are corn and soybeans, and we have a little small bagging operation here where we bag a lot of corn and sell it to individuals here for deer feed, and then there are a number of stores, particularly country stores, got a couple of co-ops, and a couple of hardware stores that sell corn for us. Last year, we bagged 30,000 bushels of corn here and sold it in bags. So those two commodities are our main crop. And in cattle, we run about 150 mama cows, and we do a little wheat, just enough to have for our cover crops, and we wind up selling all 5,000–6,000 bushels of bagged wheat in the fall for deer plots and for people who want to plant some winter grazing.
Early in his career, Bobby got involved with everything he could that dealt with soil conservation, including the NRCS and the County FSA Committee that he chaired for 9 years. In the late 1970s, the American agricultural movement was just getting started, and Bobby went to Washington, D.C. to learn more about it. After hearing some of the ways they wanted to accomplish their goals, he knew that wasn't the organization he wanted to be a part of.
I never will forget coming back here and talking to one of my good friends then who just happened to be president of the Farm Bureau. He said, "Bobby, Farm Bureau's got everything in place to do exactly what American agriculture movement wants to do." He said, "That's where you need to be working. You don't need a new organization." And that's when I started working with Farm Bureau and started trying to do the things that I thought was important for agriculture.
Bobby's been a member of the Winston County Farm Bureau Board of Directors for nearly 40 years, where he served as president, vice president, and on numerous committees. He's also served 2 terms on the State Board of Directors. He's a past member of the Young Farmers and Ranchers State Committee and remains a big supporter of the Wife and R program.
The young farmers are the future of our not just of our state, but of our nation, in my opinion. You know, I hear folks say all the time, you know, the good days are behind us. I don't think that's true. I think the good days are in front of us, and we need to train leaders, not just leaders in the agricultural community, but leaders in the legislature, leaders in our county government, and leaders in our school systems around the state.
Bobby served in the Mississippi legislature from 1984 until 2005, serving as chairman of Public Health and Welfare, chairman of Forestry, and a member of Ways and Means, Agriculture, and several other committees.
We decided, well, that might be that might be something that I could do, that I could make a difference in. And you know, as I got in the legislature, even though I stayed involved in the agriculture committee and the things that went on there in agricultural issues, I got involved in the health care issue. And my second term in the legislature, I got an opportunity to be appointed as chairman of the Public Health and Welfare Committee.
Bobby Moody's dedication to his community, his family, and Farm Bureau make him an ideal recipient of this special award.
It's one of the most humbling things that I can think of, is to be recognized by your peers as maybe doing some good for the entity that you really care the most about. I've had a lot of awards, you know, dealing with public health and those kind of things over the years, but you know, farming is my love, and Farm Bureau is the organization that anytime I think about support for agriculture and support for farmers, that's it.
And so, would you please welcome to the stage the 2017 winner of the Distinguished Service Award, Mr. Bobby Moody.
Mr. Bobby, it's my great honor to present you with Mississippi Farm Bureau Federation's highest award, the Distinguished Service Award, to a great Farm Bureau member and a great man. Thank you for all you've done for us.
Thank you. You know, I can't say how humble I am to get this award. And there are a lot of other people who need to be standing up here, and certainly my wife. You know, I told them when they come to talk to me, if there's ever been somebody that had the winds beneath their wings, it was me. I've tried a lot of things, and I never have attempted anything from running for the legislature to trying to start a farm on our own that she hadn't been right there every day. From bringing lunches to the field, to running parts, to, you know, even trying to drive a tractor where she never did pick up her implement to turn around. She just kept going. But anyway, we got the job done. You know, and to be able to farm the same lands for the fourth and fifth generation, and thankfully I've got the sixth, seventh, and eighth generation sitting out here now, and hopefully they'll be able to do the same thing. You know, for Speaker Gunn to get the award he got today, I'm very proud for him. I didn't get an opportunity to serve with him very long in the legislature. Governor Barber talked me into going over to Medicaid to supposedly be the budget director, and I wound up having to be the director. And I was the executive director when Katrina came through. And that's the hardest 6 or 7 weeks of my life, trying to put Medicaid back together and take care of all of the Medicaid recipients and our providers after that. But when I got through with that, I knew it was time for me to go home and do what I loved most, and that was farm. But, you know, Farm Bureau has always been the organization out there that not only represented us as farmers, but represented all of rural Mississippi, or all of rural America, and represented the things that we stand for. And, you know, I had an opportunity to be one of the early members of the Young Farmer Organization in the state. And that's an organization right there that is going to build our organization and keep it going. But I just want to say again how much this means to me, and not only to me, but to my family. And thank you very much.